Welcome back, everybody. In today's lecture, what we're going to cover is error message. We're going to create another error message in our weather service class. And what this error message is going to do is it's going to bring an error anytime that you get a problem grabbing data out the internet. So for example, your app might be working correctly, but it just might be a problem grabbing a certain data from the internet. So let me open Safari and show you examples of these errors. Like, I think everybody has ran through the 404 not found error. There's the 403 error, and also there's the 200 error, which means, oh, this is not error. This is the 200 success, which means okay. So we're gonna incorporate this in our application, so whenever something happens, we know exactly what's going on. We can just look at um, our output statement to see what it's calling. So let's start by creating a function, and let me make a description. This is going to describe whatever went wrong grabbing the weather information. Okay, so what we're going to do is create a function, and this function is going to be called weather error with message. Okay, it's going to be a message, and it's going to return a string. Okay, so now that we have our function, let's create this function. So let's see, I want to create this under the task. Let's create it here. Okay, and the first one we want to do, first I want to do something first before we start with the error function. I want to check to see if the URL is there, since it is optional. If not, it will print a response code. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to create an if statement. If let HTTP, we're going to call this response HTTP response. This is going to equal response as ns HTTP URL response. And we want to print a function. So we want to print a statement actually. So print not hit, HT response. And we want a status code printed as well. Okay. I don't know why it gave me 2 brackets, but let's delete that. So now that we have that, let's reprint the JSON. Statement JSON data. It's going to be wrapped. Then print JSON. Okay, now let's start making our error code. And let's make a description so we know where it is. So, and let's leave space. After we make this statement, we're going to put our code that we created in our last couple of lectures and put it in our if statement. So the pod code 41 and authorized and 404 file not found. So we're going to make error message for these two. Well, three, because the 200 means it's okay. And let's put open weather map. This is the website where we're getting our weather information. Returns 404 as a string, but 401 and 200 are okay. So first we're going to create a status variable, and it's going to equal to 0. Now we can start making our if statement with the COD, and this is going to be our code. This is basically going to be bringing our code to see if grabbing the data was successful or was not successful, and it's going to let us know. So, and since we have this here, let's comment this out. We don't need it in two places. Okay. So now let's make our if statement. If let COD equal to JSON COD dot int, and then status equals to COD. And now let's make it else if let COD equal to JSON COD dot string. Status equal to COD. Okay. So now this is gonna determine what authorized, if it's authorized or found not found or okay. This is going to determine what code it's going to bring. Okay. So now let's make our if statement. So we'll make another description. Check status what the code is for the weather status. Okay. So now let's print weather status code, and then this is going to be our status code right here. It's going to print it for us. So let's put status and close out. All right. So if status equals to 200, then we're going to have this. We're going to print what we have been printing, because 200 means okay. So if it's 200, that means print our weather information. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy and paste this in. I believe we need to grab it from right here. cut. And let's paste it in here. Okay. And now it's giving us an error. Oh, we need another equal sign. There we go. So now, else if status equals 4, we want to print that it's bringing out an error. So we can print this because right now this is printing the weather, but now we can print it with an error statement. So we're going to need this. So let's copy this same thing here and change what output. So let's copy, paste, and let's comment this out. City not found. All right. So now we need to change, instead of presenting the weather, it's going to present a statement, and this is going to say, let's say new error found, or this one is city not found, because we know that one. So basically, when you're doing your other, okay, let me end it. Let me put exclamation point. Okay. So basically, when you're doing your other errors, and it's still bringing us an error, expected string for weather. Okay, we're not doing set weather. We're doing the weather. There we go. So now let's delete this right here. Yeah. Okay. Because we're calling on this message to bring this message. So this is correct now. So basically, when you want to add other errors that is commonly used, like 401, you can just add it onto here. So I'm just gonna put else and just kind of make it a little broad. Else, and in this comment, some other problem. So right here is where you can input all of the problems, like 401. I'm just gonna copy this and paste it in here. Okay, and this is, we're gonna say something different, and we're gonna say what we're going to say for the other one. New error found, find out what. We're gonna put this in for now. Okay. So now we added our error statement. In our next video, we're gonna go to the view controller and add the function to our view controller, because that's why it has an error, because since we created a function with our protocol, that means we have to call on that function in this video. So thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.